very, very important to do a bit of a business review, okay? And again, I have 3 points for you. So first of all, you want to evaluate what worked this year. You always want to start with what worked. And just so you know, that is not my nature. That is not my nature. My nature is to focus on what didn't work, just like it is for most people. Where was the owies? Where were the frustrations? Because we take the wins for granted. And it's one of the reasons why we sometimes, I talked about it a couple of days ago, we don't enter into a state of gratitude as often as we should in our lives, because we take the good stuff in stride and we tend to take a knee with the bad stuff. And so evaluate what worked well. And then obviously you're going to look specifically and kind of, excuse me, then you're going to look clinically at what needs improvement, right? Remove yourself from the situation and just clinically look at what needs improvement. And then we're going to talk about performing a SWOT analysis. That's a classic business year in review tactic, the strengths, weakness, opportunities, threats, really, really made popular by Peter Drucker in the 80s. But that's what we're going to do. So evaluate what worked. You know, the great Zig Ziglar said, winners evaluate themselves in a positive manner and look for their strengths as they work to overcome their weaknesses. And that's really where you want to go. It's very important that you put on the lens. Like imagine you're wearing glasses with a color on it, and the glasses are strengths and successes, strengths and victories. You know, so you review your business goals, and the first thing is, you know, what did you do that you set out to do? And I'm going to say this. I'm the guy, I had a board meeting not so long ago, and I, again, had to discipline myself because we had a great year. Looked at a lot of good things. Now, it was a tough finish because the whole world is in a tough finish right now. But overall, we had a good year in our business. It just doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it because the news right now is negative, because the market's going through so many adjustments. But overall, we had a very good year. And it's just sometimes you can forget that. So you have to look at the positives, take that perspective. The second thing you want to do, so first is you're going to review your goals and what you got accomplished from your goals. The second thing is to review your year-end profit and loss statement. Now, again, when you're in business, you know, that's the scoreboard. It's now there's always context, and sometimes it's like, well, we didn't make as much this year because we invested, or we didn't do as well this year because okay, and those are all legitimate. But it's also, you know, when you're playing golf, sometimes they'll say you write down scores, not a story. And sometimes the stories are exactly that. They're the stories we tell ourselves. But at the end of the day, okay, you had a double bogey. You know, when I hit a great shot and I did this and I lipped out, and no, you had a 6. I mean, there is a context, so you can have a little grace for yourself, but also the numbers are the numbers. And the primary purpose of business is not just money, but it is a purpose of business. Right? It's one of the purposes of your business. Our mission at Buffini Company is to impact and improve the lives of people. I would tell you as a business, it's to impact and improve the lives of people while being profitable. And one of the things, and I've told my company this for 27 years, because we're in a very fortunate business. We don't make widgets or gadgets or whatever else. The product of our organization is improve businesses and lives. It's very personal. It's phenomenal stories. We're awash. Actually, we're too awash in stories to the point that it's so common we sometimes don't see the wood for the trees. Our own staff, myself included, you can lose perspective because it's just what we do every single day. And like it's every single day, there's a little miracle involved when somebody's life changes. So it's easy to miss those things. But the other side of it is I've told my staff for 27 years, if we don't make a profit doing this, what business do we have encouraging or teaching other people how to run their businesses? How dare we coach people if we're broke ourselves? And secondly, I have many aspects for my ministry life. This is not a ministry. This is a passion and this is a calling. This is a business. And I don't mind you guys listening out there who are my customers. You know, I care deeply, very deeply. We have a staff that are dedicated and committed to your success. Our whole business is built on your success. And we're going to make a profit doing it. Or why would we be doing it? So your profit and loss statement is important. And Clint Eastwood had a nice quote on this. He said, you should just evaluate the work and make your judgments accordingly. And I think that's clinical Clint, right? I think you just evaluate the work and make your judgments accordingly. You need to evaluate. That's what this time of year is about. And then lastly, review your CRM activities and your calendar, right? So your contact management system and your activities and your calendars. You need to go back and review, what did you actually do? What did you get done? And be legit about that. And you're going to see if you really did keep track of it in a contact management system, which is obviously, when we coach people, just a very, very high percentage of the folks we work with keep their activities in the contact management system. Number one, because it's the best way for them to run their business. And number two, it's the best way for us to help them in coaching. Because then you're able to say, oh, wow, like here was the actual pattern. Because you can feel like you're doing a lot more than you are. But when you track things, it's like it's a story of, what actually took place. No, I know you thought you did 50 push-ups, but you actually, you did 40 or you did 20. Or I know you think you're working out every day, but you actually only worked out 3 days a week. You got to view the activities. And that's really the important thing. So you want to evaluate what worked well, review your business goals, review your profit and loss statement, and review your activities and the tracking mechanism that does that.